Hello, hello. Tara Lynn Franco here, relationship and awesomeness coach, here to bring you yet another Healthy Hot Tip Tuesday. And what am I making? A smoothie, of course. You know that I love my smoothie, and if you've watched any of my videos before, check out this link for other videos. You'll know that recently a friend gifted me some of these GoodFood smoothie kits. These are available here in Toronto, Ontario, and they're really convenient. They're made with whole ingredients. It's a great company. Totally support the work they do. But, you know, I figured that I could probably do a bit of a hack on these to see if I could make my own pre-made, prepped smoothies. So in the morning when I'm rushing around, getting ready for work or whatever, that I can just pop it in the blender, add whatever nut milk I have and any other ingredients that maybe couldn't make it into the kit, and then blend it up and ready to go. Prior to this, I was just making my smoothies as I went in the morning, but I was getting a bit bored with my regular routine. So I've been making a couple of different versions of these GoodFood ones. So like I said, check out the videos, and here we go. So this one is called the Cold Brew Crisp smoothie. So what's cool about this is if you like your coffee cold, this is a great combination between a cafe mocha and also a smoothie. So you can get kind of 2-in-1 if you don't want to make coffee and have a smoothie, or if you want that extra boost, you can have your coffee when you wake up like I do, and then have this after, and you get that little bit of extra coffee. So the ingredients. I will put the ingredients in the comments, and like I always say, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and then you'll be notified of any upcoming videos. Okay. So with most smoothies, they all start with the humble banana. So often I will get bananas, make them ripen to about this stage, a little brown, but not super brown. And then these are quite large. So this recipe calls for 3/4 of a large banana. So what I would normally do if I'm not going to be making smoothies right away is I will take these bananas and split them in half and freeze them in a freezer bag. And then when I'm ready to use them, they're all there ready to go. But today I am just going to throw these right into the kits so that I can have this smoothie tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. I tested it out last week, and I've been dying to do this video since then and share it with you because I think it's really good. I like the kind of coffee, chocolatey part of it. All right, so I'm gonna peel these bananas. So what I like to do is I have these freezer bags, which are reusable, and I will write on them what it is. So this one says Cold Brew Crisp. Add 1 1/4 nut milk and in this case 1 teaspoon of vanilla, because I didn't want to pour vanilla into the bag. I could have actually froze a teaspoon of vanilla, but it seemed like a lot of work and not necessary. And also, if you use vanilla flavored almond milk or nut milk, then you probably don't need that vanilla at all. So I've got my little bags all prepped here. So we're gonna start with the bananas. So this calls for, like I said, 3/4 of a banana. Now I'm gonna make 4, so I have lots of bananas here. This banana is quite big, so I'm just gonna use half. The other ones are less than big, so I'm gonna do 3/4 and 3/4, and then I'm just gonna keep these other 2 pieces aside and use them for another smoothie later. Okay, so we've got our bananas. Okay, next thing is 3/4 of a cup of cold brew coffee. So what I did was I went ahead and made a pot of French press coffee. I made it very strong, and then I used my regular ice cube tray and I froze them in the ice cube tray. And then I bagged them, put them in a container so that they're ready to go. So 3/4 of a cup, I figured out, comes to about 3 regular size ice cubes. So in the bag goes the 3 ice cubes. Oh my God, everything's beeping today. I don't know if you can hear that on the video. I apologize if it's interrupting. Okay, so put those aside. Oh, now I have coffee in my fingers, so hold on. Okay, next up we have 1.5 tablespoons of cashew butter. So when I made these the first time, I did not have cashew butter. So you can go with whatever you want. I have this freshly ground almond butter, which doesn't look like it's gonna have enough for all 4 of these. So I found in the fridge, I had this nut and seed butter, this mixed butter, which has cashews and almonds, chia seeds and sunflower seeds. And so I'm gonna put that in. So, 1.5 tablespoons. I'm just gonna estimate. So this is where your protein for your smoothie comes from. So if you want more protein in your smoothie, you may want to add protein powder as well. I find these are fine as they are. Yeah, so as I suspected, I love almond butter. Not quite enough for all 4. So I'm going to use some of this. So I'm just going to drop it in the bag. I'm trying to drop it in the center so that it doesn't stick to the side of the bag if possible, because then when you go to make your smoothie, you're going to have your ingredients stuck to the side. I mean, it's fine. What I've done before, like this morning, for example, I had the berry smoothie and the little maple chunks were a bit melty. So all I did was I poured like half of the cup of the almond milk inside the bag and shook it around and then poured it in. So there's always a solution, my friends. Okay. And if you have any requests for smoothies that you want me to figure out, or you're looking for something new, just let me know. I'm happy to do that research for you and make a video. Okay, what's next? So a teaspoon of vanilla. So in this case, like I said, I could have frozen some, but I didn't. So I always have my vanilla pretty close by. So if I want to add it later, I will. So I'm not going to worry about that. And then 1 tablespoon of cacao nibs. So I don't know if you know, cacao nibs come from the cacao plant. I might be getting this wrong, but they're not chocolate chips. They're actually parts of the cocoa bean. And so they're not sweet, but they are kind of crunchy and they still have that chocolate flavor. So because you have other sweet elements in your smoothie, this will give you a bit of that crunch, and it'll give you also the chocolate flavor. So it's a tablespoon. So I'm just going to dump that in the bag. Oh man, I don't have a lot left, so it seems silly. I'm just going to finish it off in these. I think the part that the cacao nibs don't include is the, doesn't have the cocoa butter aspect of it. Okay, so cacao nibs, 2 teaspoons coffee beans. So this is like coffee on coffee. So I've just bought these beautiful coffee beans. Oh my God, they smell delicious. I bought them at Winners. They were on sale, $9.99 for a pound Canadian. They're organic, dark roast, and they're that nice oily kind, which I love. So I'm gonna put these in. So it calls for 2 teaspoons of coffee beans. So remember, there's already coffee in here. So again, this will give you a bit of that crunch as well in the smoothie. So it's coffee on chocolate. Which, like, who wouldn't like that? Okay. So then the next ingredient, which may be a little bit harder to find, you can check out some grocery stores in their natural food section have it, but you may need to go to a natural food store. Sometimes if you're lucky, if you go to a place like Winners or Marshall's, they'll have it there. Just check the date on it because it is a little pricey. This is 227 grams, but it's, I can't remember how much it was. It's quite expensive, but it's a blend of, this one's a blend of yellow, red, and black masa or maca. I'm not sure the name of it. And it has protein in it and potassium and calcium and iron. So it's what do they say? Sustainable. I can't remember what it's good for, but what this does, what I like, is it also helps with the creaminess of it, especially if you're not using a protein powder, and it does have a natural sweetness to it as well. So this calls for, I figured out that there's probably about a tablespoon, I would go a little less than a tablespoon of Maca. Maca, somebody correct me. Okay, and then the last item is some Himalayan salt, a sprinkle. So all I do is I just open the bag, sprinkle a little in, sprinkle, sprinkle, not a lot, and then that's it. So now you have 4 smoothies prepped and ready to go. I would just Ziploc these closed and put them in the freezer, and when I'm ready to have them tomorrow or the next day, they're all ready to go. And they actually make, if you have friends that love smoothies, it's a nice little gift to bring with you. People who make smoothies daily always love something new to try, and so you'll be like a super duper hero. So see, I could see that some of the coffee's melting and stuff, so probably I would add the vanilla and the almond milk to this before I went and made it. So I use Earth's Own. If I don't make my own, this is unsweetened original, so good not to use the sweetened kind. So watch for that part of it, otherwise you're just adding sugar and you don't want that other than natural sugars. I also like to make my own almond milk and cashew milk. I have tons of cashews, so I will probably do that. Actually, that's a good point. I could probably make my own cashew butter. That might be the source of a video. I don't have a really great blender though, so maybe that's next on the list. Anyway, Tara here, Relationship and Awesomeness Coach. Anytime you need, have questions, please send me a note, make a comment, and would love to hear from you. Thanks and have a great smoothie day.